Wave 2 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass is out now, and it's been about a week or so. So I'm just going to give my personal thoughts on what we've seen so far. Again, I'm not really scripting this or anything. I'm just going to look at the tracks and, say what comes to mind. Let's get into it. Alright, so New York Minute. I was kind of expecting this one to... I was looking forward to New York Minute. And I'm not going to lie, when I started the course and noticed that it was all slippery and all that, I was pretty disappointed, I'm not going to lie. This is like the tour track that I was like, okay, yeah, I like this one better than Paris and Tokyo. In the end, I don't know how much I like the physics on it, and as a result, it really ended up somewhere like near where Paris and Tokyo were, probably closer to Paris. It's not bad. I think the end section is pretty cool. I don't really have a super strong opinion on it yet, but it's fun enough. It's kind of a cool vibe. Mario Circuit 3. Too big, maybe? That's kind of what I was thinking. So, I used to be a competitive Mario Kart Wii player, and as you all know, this course came from that game. And after a while, you start to get like this ideal course size, in your brain and all that kind of stuff. So playing this after Mario Kart Wii feels almost jarring just because of how big and wide it is. So again, you're taking these shortcuts and it feels like, oh, I need like 2 mushrooms for this one. And I don't know. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it feels a little bit weird. I wish it was a little bit more compact and tight like Coconut Mall was in the first wave. And, I don't know. It's Mario Circuit 3. It's like bagging, catch-up course. It's not too interesting. It's kind of fun to time trial from what I've noticed so far, too. Kalimari Desert, I think, I'm upset that it's here, to be honest. Like, it is not the worst thing ever, but it's not really good. I think that it was weird for them to go with the decision to take the train tracks, but of course, if you play Mario Kart Tour, that's kind of expected. I don't really like that, it's so wide open and like that Goldens are so broken on it, but it seems to be not as like weird as Desert and Cheeseland, at least so far, but the competitive players haven't really, seen its full potential yet as a bagging course yet, but going on the train tracks maybe does help with that issue a little bit. I'm pretty indifferent so far, I'm not going to lie. I think it's kind of funny how everybody's like, oh, this track's memorable because of the train, and yet it's pretty much designed so the train's like never going to be in your way, really. I guess it comes at you at the one point also, but you know what they did in Mario Kart 7 is they made that glider there just so you never really had to worry about the train, of course. But anyways, it's a bunch of meh, really. I don't like it. It's kind of awkward that like that one long section near the end of the course, you can't really UMT on it. It's just best to get a bunch of single mini turbos. It's just awkward all around, I'm not going to lie. So Waluigi Pinball was the one that I was looking most forward to by far, and it's pretty good. I think what is the big concern for a lot of people is that there's a pinball on lap 1 that is just completely in the way. Now you can beat that pinball if you have like excellent driving, and what I mean is like you can't be turning a lot in your drift, you have to be neutral drifting quite a bit. You have to take it pretty tight. Can't really have any margin for error if you want to beat the pinball. And one bump's going to do, it's going to ruin the whole operation. With that being said, I still have a lot of fun with this one. Everybody's still really bad at it. Everybody's still hitting the pinballs. One of my teammates said the pinballs hit you, you don't hit the pinballs because of how fast they travel. I find it really funny to see what happens. I like that they have like the coins like near the exit, like like near the flippers. You can go down the side. That's a really nice spot for them too, as well as up top. The sound effects are all back in full force. That's fun. It's missing one at the end of the course. That's weirdly in like the course intro. That's kind of weird, but all the things I like about it are more or less back. Like the line-based driving in the early section and all that. The end is never my favorite, but it's fun enough, and I'm having a good time on it so far. Looks really good, too. So, I think Sydney Sprint is, that W we've been looking for, well, a while now for, like, the tour tracks. Now, a lot of the Mario Kart Tour tracks, I think, kind of fall into this trap of being a little bit plain, This is really not the case here. The music's lively, it's bright out, there's a lot of unique paths to go on. You get to go a new path that hasn't really been launched in Tour yet. Really just everything about it, the course's vibe, the cuts and all that stuff. It's a joy to play. When I started playing the Booster Pass, I went for my fake world record immediately on 200cc on this track, and I really liked it. This track's really fun on 200 also. I mean, I knew it was going to be fun and all this kind of stuff, but what I think is really cool is I'm not seeing many people who dislike Sydney at all. Like, it feels like universally everybody's like, yeah, this track's pretty cool. And I think that's nice, because I think it's a fun one to play, so I assume it's going to be sticking around in the meta for quite a bit of time. Snowland's a little bit controversial, because we discovered on day one that there's a massive shortcut, and it is track defining. Now, I don't hate Snowland at all, and from what I've noticed, it's kind of weird as, like, you know, a bagging course or anything, because, you know, all the item boxes are, like, either moving or, like, in the air, so, like, stopping at sets is, like, kind of difficult, and it's pretty short in length. Some of the cuts are kind of cool and all of that. The penguins are adorable. I love the penguins. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people see it as a little bit of a meme, but the music's kicking. It's all fun and, you know, nostalgic, and, you know, Snowland was one of my favorites back in Super Circuit, so it's kind of cool to see it, and it's just, like, surreal to be like, yeah, this course is in the modern game. I never really was expecting it. An apology is in order, actually. Mushroom Gorge, I was really expecting to be absolutely bottom of the barrel, and it actually ended up being mid-tier. What do you think I was going to go all the way and say that it's hype? No chance. I do think it's better than expected, though. The mushroom bounces, they kind of work. I mean, there's like the green ones in the cave can be a little bit wonky at sometimes getting them off and all that. The gap jump is back and fun enough, to be honest. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, Mario Kart 8's a no fun game. It's not gonna. I had a really good hunch that it was going to be back, but I wasn't brave enough to say it, so that's on me. Really, the second I saw the trailer, and it wasn't, like, guarded off or anything, like, you know, the DK jungle glitch from 7 was walled off into Mario Kart 8. The second I saw it open, it's like, yeah, that's open for business. What was really, surprising and good, in my opinion, was the glider, like, almost forces you down. So there's no motion, nonsense or any of that. And I like that you actually kind of go the original path from Mario Kart Wii. Now, you can still get gorged and all that. It still has Mushroom Gorge moments and all of that. But for the most part, it is functional. And that is a lot more than what I was expecting. Add in the gap jump, then, hey, pretty fun. And finally, we end with Sky High Sundae. Now, this track is a complete meme. Pretty much feels like Excite Bike Arena, but mixed with Sweet Sweet Canyon. And I'm not going to lie, the driving feels really plain and stuff. I don't like the F-Zero mechanics on it at all, you know, it being anti-gravity the whole way through and all of that. It feels like just a bunch of tricks and all of that, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. It feels almost, you know, like it's not real. It feels almost like it plays itself. That was my first impression of it. Now, what I will say, and unfortunately for me, it feels like this is going to be something I'm going to have to deal with in Clan Wars for a while, because all my teammates are starting to like it now. I think, like, on first instinct, what makes wins, what creates wins on this track is simply item play only. It's not really, like, you know, a gigantic focus on driving, but, you know, trapping, you know, certain people, or, like, putting stuff where maybe you aren't expecting, or going for, like, back spam and all that kind of stuff seems quite effective here so far. I also really like the course music on this also. On day one, I was thinking this may actually be number 96, but I think I overreacted a little bit. I still think it's still a far cry from what I would describe as a good Mario Kart course. This is mainly just because, like, it feels like there's not a lot of room for improvising and techniques and, you know, drifting all over the place. It feels very plain and you just kind of hold A a lot. Maybe this will develop with time, but I don't know how good it is so far. But anyways, those are my initial impressions. Feel free to let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm going to eventually, in probably a month or so, go over these tracks more in detail when I know a little bit more about them. Because admittedly, I've only played them all a couple of times right now. Like, the first day I played a lot, but after that, been a little bit busy, so still a lot to learn on these courses. I'm looking forward to playing them more, especially Pinball. It's great to have that back. A lot of nostalgic stuff. Mushroom Gorge isn't a complete train wreck. It's been pretty good so far. Overall, I think Wave 1 may have been a little bit more consistently good. I like Snowland, Pinball, and Sydney Sprint quite a bit. I really don't like the lower end of this pack, being Kalimari Desert, MC3, and Sky High Sundae. But with all that said, I mean, there's a lot of good here, and I'm excited to see how they develop in the metagame moving forward. So that's it for now. Some other videos should be coming out this week, but stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in those ones to come.